We about to get it sparked in here. I think everybody needs like a theme song when they come into the classroom. That's my theme. So, all right, we're going to get it sparked in here. Welcome to the 10-minute live spark. And I'm your host, Olivia, and I have an awesome guest today. But before I introduce him, I want to talk a little bit of what we're going to kind of focus on. Not all feedback changes people. We've all sat through conversations where advice was given, strategies were shared, and yet nothing really shifted. But sometimes one thoughtful question stays with us for days. Not because it told us what to do, but it made us think differently. That's the key word, the question that makes us think differently. Today's conversation is about the power of questions that invite reflection, spark curiosity, and move people toward deeper thinking. So I am privileged and excited to welcome Jonathan Kegler from Out of the Box Thinking. Jonathan works with educators and leaders to create conversations that move beyond surface level feedback and into meaningful reflection and growth. He's also a featured speaker at the Spark Curiosity EDU Experience 2026, where educators from across the country will gather in Austin, Texas to rethink engagement, leadership, and learning. Welcome, Jonathan.
Hello, everybody. Excited to be here. Excited to be here.
Well, we're going to jump right in. And Jonathan, I want to start here. You've said that powerful questions invite thinking instead of controlling it. What's the difference between a question that opens reflection and one that quietly shuts it down?
Mm. So I want to take this one multiple ways. First, I want you to think about a theater, right? The teacher is on the stage speaking. The students are sitting in the seats quiet, not saying a word. What's going on in that classroom? Like you have an audience that you want them to be, but I want to flip that today. Why don't we start making our students authors? Like them taking the pen and writing and speaking, them taking the stage. Because compliance has become something that we just like, we want to put compliance over everything. And if you're compliant, I can go in and I can do a walkthrough. And yes, every kid is doing exactly what the teacher wants. Head down, pencils moving. But are they actually owning it? You see, because we started to ask students, did you complete your assignment? No, today we're remixing that with the Spark remix. What did you own in this assignment? What part did you build? What part did you flip the script on? And when we can start doing that, we can change things because guess what? Students protect what they own. Think about it. You own something.
Say that one more time. Say one more again. One more again.
Students protect what they own. So we need to start giving them ownership. And when we flip that and give them ownership, then that classroom, that environment can become the most powerful thing that we've ever seen. So we want to flip that on his head. You protect what you own. So let's start giving them ownership.
Well, I hear a lot of people talk about giving students ownership, but I'm slow. I'm a new teacher. I never done this before. I don't want to come into class and give them ownership and then I'm fired because I done gave them ownership and they running the class. So I'm just curious though, from a novice teacher perspective, how does that look to give students ownership? Maybe just one little tweak or one little example of that.
Oh, for sure. Because I'm facilitating. I'm the straw that stirs the drink. In order for a drink to be cold, you have to stir it. So yes, you have to set the temper. You have to set the environment. You have to set the expectation higher than ever. When they come in, you set the norms. The first 2 weeks of school, we're not teaching. We're building relationships. We're talking to each other. I'm getting to know you. You're getting to know me. We're setting the standard. And we're not putting on an act or performance. I talked about the theater, right? When someone comes in this room, it's not an act or performance. It's what we do in this room. It is how we operate. And these are our norms. And guess what? On those norms, if I'm a novice teacher, who has ownership of those norms? Both parties. So you both establish the norms, send those home to the parents and say, hey, this is the norms that we establish and we set in our classroom. This is what we're going to abide by. And then once you do that, everybody's on board. Now, when somebody breaks that rule, breaks those expectations, guess who gets them in line? The other classmates, because they want to continue to have that freedom. So yeah, that's what I say. Set the
Okay, you just giving us a little tidbit. They got to
look.
come to the conference, the
Yeah.
experience to get the whole thing. Okay,
Oh yeah.
because that norm and that first 2 weeks, I need to see how them first 2 weeks look. Because you said
Oh,
don't spend a day. You said spend 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yep.
So let's shift it a little bit to leaders. How can instructional leaders create space for deeper thinking instead of immediately jumping into solutions or advice?
I think you have to set the environment and you have to set what you expect. So many times we throw out things, we hear a flavor of the month, we read a book, we watch a podcast, we watch sport, and we heard, oh, they said this. We went to the conference. Oh, we're gonna do this. But how can you do it if I don't support you? If I don't model for you the same exact thing I just said about those students, I have to model with my staff. I have to take it slowly with you. Have heard it before when they said, you fish for a man, provide a man a fish, he can eat for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he can eat for a lifetime. So I'm teaching you the most important part about fishing, because my grandmother used to take me fishing all the time, but it was the secret about baiting the hook. You got to bait that hook with the right type of bait, because then the fish are attracted to it. So it's the same thing with the lesson, same thing with the environment. What's on your hook? What are you baiting them for? When you're getting ready to send them home for the weekend on Friday, guess what I need you to do? The last 5-10 minutes of class. Just like when we came in here and we had our music, our theme song, you got to send them out with the coming attractions for the next week. So you're already exciting them about what's to come. Same thing with PLCs. When we're in that environment, before I send you out as a leader, I need to wet your whistle and get you excited about what's to come.
All right. Well, my mind is I'm a scaffoldist. I'm always looking to see how is this scaffold. So, like, what is like one thing though instructional leader can do to bait the hook? Just one thing. Just give me one thing.
I have to do school with my staff and not to my staff. So I have to welcome information from them. Like some of the novice teachers, this is what I love to do. Put a line together. Novice teachers on this side, most experienced on this side. And then start on each end and pair them up. So now we're gonna think pair share, but we're gonna bring in some old school, some tried and true. We're gonna bring in some new school because I just graduated from this thing. So I'm not afraid of AI. I think AI are letters in the alphabet, but I'm gonna put you together. So now we're gonna get the best of both worlds because computers and AI don't give out what you don't put in. So quality has to go in order for quality to come out. And so that's what I would say. I would scaffold it down to the bare basic bones minimum. I'm pairing together thought partners from both ends of the spectrum to get the best of both worlds. That novice teacher that's full of fire, full of passion, they're going to have that spark, that twinkle in their eye because they're excited. It's my first, second year. Then you got that veteran that may be dimmed a little bit that doesn't quite have that spark. We need to reunite that, re-spark them.
I love that. So when the teachers feel genuinely invited into the thinking, they begin reflecting differently. And that's
Yes.
basically kind of what I'm hearing. You invited them into the thinking, you teamed them up so that they can reflect differently. And that shift matters, not just for leadership conversations, but for classrooms too. Students respond the same way.
Yep.
Curiosity open doors that compliance can never do.
Never.
So and that leads perfectly into this next thought that I want your response from. What shifts happen in schools when curiosity becomes part of feedback conversations, not just evaluation conversations?
We go from engagement to purpose. When you find your purpose, when you know your why, when you know why you exist, you drive through that difficult day. You drive through that rainstorm. You drive through that, I don't quite feel well today. You drive through that, it's my anniversary, so I'm not gonna, it's my birthday, so I'm not. You drive through that because that passion pulls you. And when we can have that passion pulling you, that magnet, when it unites us, when everybody's there for their why. I was talking to a mentor just yesterday, and the mentor was going in on me. The mentor said, dig through the dirt to get to the gold. Too many times we stop because we're not passionate about it. We're just engaged, like, okay, I'm gonna just dig, but then it gets dirty, it gets nasty. Oh, I'm gonna stop right here. No, I need somebody gonna roll up their sleeves with me, get in the middle of this, and get down dirty and really find that goal. And when we can do that, when we can dig deeper, that question behind the question, when we can allow them to have that productive struggle and not run in to save them, but be that guide on the side and say, I'm here, I got you. Not that I'm here to write you up, I got your back, I'm gonna help you through this, but I want you to struggle to find something first. Ask two or three
Mm.
before you ask me. Like, don't just come to me. Set those standards. That's for that novice teacher again, or that novice principal, that leader. Two or three before you find me, because they're gonna find the answer
Two or
from me.
three before you find me. I'm gonna write a song about that. I like that one. 2 to 3 before you find me.
Yes.
You want that to be hip hop or Afro beats? What you feeling?
I want a combination of them, two or three.
You
You
want
gotta add two or
combination?
three.
I'm serious. Like I feel something coming on. But this
Oh yeah.
conversation is exactly why we created the Spark Curiosity EDU experience happening July 31st through August 2nd, 2026 in Austin. Now, educators need spaces that spark thinking, not just more strategies to implement. I think we got enough of those already.
Yes.
So, Jonathan will be sharing as, like I said, as a featured speaker. And if today's conversation resonates with you, you're going to want to be a part of those deeper learning experiences. And we did go a little bit over time, but it's all good. Maybe the most important leadership move this week isn't giving the perfect answer. Maybe it's asking the kind of question that lingers, the kind of question that says, what are we doing it? Why are we doing it? And that invites reflection long after the conversation ends. So, Jonathan, thank you for helping us think a little differently today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we are going to listen. Everyone is listening. Let's keep sparking curiosity before you teach, before you lead, and before you respond. We're going to end today's show with a new song. Will be featured on Fearless Educator Radio, hopefully by the end of the month. It's called When People Feel Seen. And we didn't talk a lot about that, but these questions, the shift in thinking come because you start seeing people and you start having empathy for people. And when we see people, they will rise to the occasion and they will perform. So let's get ready for
When
that
people
jam.
feel seen, no, I'm happy. Yeah. Walked in the room with my head down low, smile on my face, but nobody know. Carrying pressure I don't ever show. Trying to bloom where the cold winds blow. Teacher tired, but she still gon' stay. Teacher tired, but she still gon' stay. Giving her heart while it fades away. Meetings, numbers, things to display, but who asked if she's okay? Young boy quiet in the back row seat. Whole world heavy, can't barely speak. One kind word made his soul heartbeat. Now he believe he got something to be. Maybe people don't need perfection. Maybe they just need connection. Do I matter here? Can you see me clear? Past the grades, the noise, the fear. Do I matter here? I rise when I'm seen. I grow when I'm heard. Sometimes one kind voice can change my whole world. Seen people rise, unseen people disappear.
On that, seeing people rise, unseen people disappear. I'm just
That's
gonna end it on that. And
the whole.
again, you want to hear the whole track at the end of the month. Go ahead, Jonathan. What you say? Seeing people rise, right?
Yes, you do.
I
Yep.
see you. I see
Yep.
what you're doing, Jonathan.
Yep.
I can't wait to see you rise to the top, my friend. I can't wait to see you rise to the top.
Yes. Beat us there. Don't meet us there. I'm
Oh,
telling
I
you.
love that. All
Don't
right.
miss.
Well, it's awesome. It's been a pleasure. And we'll see you back next Wednesday when I'm bringing on another featured speaker from the Spark Curiosity EDU, the experience. Have a great Wednesday.